Hello, good evening. Happy Wednesday, happy new month. Welcome to Live in Conversation. I'm Daphnée Antoine.
And I am Daphnée Camilien. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, welcome. Join the conversation. This is Live in Conversation, so we encourage you to be part of the conversation. So, with that being said, let us start with our disclosure, as always.
Sure, my name is Daphnée Camilien. I am an attorney. Anything I say this evening does not enter myself or the person viewing this video into any type of attorney-client, relationship. Daphnée is Antoine is a financial entrepreneur. Any information that she says this evening does not enter her in any type of fiduciary duty with you and her. All the information that we state tonight is for information and entertainment purposes only. Thank you. Back to you.
All right. So this is Faith Live in Conversation. Conversation. It's Wednesday. It's a new month. So how do you feel about how last month went, and what are you hopeful for this month?
The year is going by really fast. For me, October is already over. We have 2 more years left. 2 more months left in the year. We're in the last, quarter of the fiscal year. So there's a lot of stuff going on. It's going too fast for me. Today is a beautiful day in Chicago. It's November. The one thing we can say that's great and positive is it's in the 60s and it is November 2nd. I have to look at the date in Chicago and it's in the 60s. That's I want to say that so when it's like January, if I look back at this video, I can remember that it was in the 60s. So I'm looking forward to just Thanksgiving. I mean, it's gonna go super fast because all these holidays. Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to Christmas, the New Year, and ready for 2023 to come rolling in.
2023. It's gonna be there sooner than we think. Yeah, definitely. I think October. I mean, it just went by so fast that we don't even remember what happened and how we are here now. Welcome. Thanks for the like. We appreciate it. Join the conversation, share, comment. Which means at this time, we're going to have a legal segment with attorney Camilien.
Sure.
I don't have a conversation. It's fine.
Right. No, we can. I was just going to say, I don't have too much to talk about this evening, except for, as always, with immigration, just pay attention to the news, pay attention to, if there was ever a time to pay attention to politics, whether it's, reading a newspaper, reading your favorite online newspaper. Most paper newspapers have online sites now. Just pay attention to the news because pick one and just kind of focus on immigration because what's happening in politics it directly affects immigration right now. Immigration, we have elections coming up soon. And then we're going to have a presidential election coming up in 2024. And there's lots of changes and lots of things going on with immigration. DACA, deferred action for childhood arrivals, that is constantly in the news. There are politicians who are trying to end the DACA program. TPS, temporary protected status, is also another program for people, non-immigrants in the news. That's is currently, I believe it's 16 countries. I can't remember off the top of my head. That is constantly being looked at, and there are lots of politicians who want to end that. There's been legal cases. There's pending legal cases. There is movement against to end that. So if you're on TPS, if you're on DACA, pay attention. I'd pay attention to the news regarding just people who are seeking their green cards. Immigration is beyond backed up. It's not a pretty way to say it, but everything people are filing for is taking a lot of time just because they are so backed up. So be mindful of that. USCIS.gov, USCIS.gov is your main website. That should be if you're in any type of immigration proceedings, if you're trying to get some type of immigration benefit, that is typically your go-to website. That has the immigration forms that also can give you, a status that can also tell you how long your particular immigration proceeding takes. So, for example, if you need to renew your green card, and you know that you're going to renew it from the Nebraska branch, you can go look and see that it's going to take, 12 months, which is a year, to renew your green card. So those are the type of things that you should look into, to give you an idea of why it's taking so late. You can do an inquiry. You can contact immigration through the website uscis.gov, and ask them, why it's taking so long. That is your number one main website. When people say, I heard, if you have a question, you can go to the chat box on that website. That is the wonderful resource that people should be going to first. And to see if you can find your answers there. It's the government entity that people file with. So that's what I would recommend. But my immigration news this evening is just to stay on top of the news. If you want to get a status update for your case, or you want to know how long it's going to take for something to process, I'd go to uscis.gov and familiarize yourself with that website and look at, there's a case status button that you can click on the first page, and then you can figure out how long your case or a potential case would take. And so that's my resource and information for immigration news tonight. Back to you.
All right, all right. Thank you as always, Daphnée Camilien. Always here to let us know what's happening with respect to immigration news. And regardless if you are an immigrant or not, it's important for you to know those things, because maybe you know someone who may need this information, and you can share it with them. And you can also be an advocate for those of us who are immigrants and who are basically going through various form of injustices. So with that being said, I do want us to quickly maybe talk about a discussion, not a discussion, a story that I recently saw uh, with respect to a foster mom who's advocating for an American citizen, a baby born of Haitian parents, and who's now, I guess, due to be deported. And basically, the foster mom is just trying to find allies, people who can help stop this proceeding. So, as an immigrant, I don't want to call you an immigration attorney.
Mm-hmm.
uh, is that how you prefer to be identified? Just attorney. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's fine. Either way, it's fine.
Right. Okay. So, like, what is your opinion about this matter? And can the U.S. immigration system deport an American citizen to Haiti, even though they have he or she has Haitian parents?
So typically, no. They has the U.S. deported citizens to other countries? Yes, by accident, right, or ignorance, either or, right. But not knowingly. When you
Intentionally.
deport someone, you have to contact that country. You have to say, is this person your resident? The country has to agree to the deportation, and then it's allowed. If the kid is born in the United States, the kid, which I believe is the little boy was born in the United States,
Mm.
therefore he is a U.S. citizen. Now, Haiti may have their own rules as far as like, um, like if you're the child
Full
of,
citizenship.
right, but usually you have to do some type of paperwork in order to establish that. It's not to my knowledge that any of that stuff is
Mhm.
automatic. And so,
Yes.
that being said, with this child being 10 months old, and
Hmm.
I think a parent has already passed away, I don't
Hmm.
know where the other parent is, but I highly doubt, I don't know, but I don't think that we're dealing with a situation where these dual paperwork has been filed and this child is a citizen of Haiti right now. So it does seem outrageous and ridiculous that they were going to or attempting to deport a child to a country that's not his. Um, and also, he has a medical condition, I believe they said, and they were deporting him to a rural part that does not have the
Yes.
facilities to a rural location that does not have the facilities to take care of him. So all of it is 100% pretty ridiculous to me. I kept trying to figure out what's missing in this story,
Yes.
but for it could just be you're dealing with not ignorant people, and
Yeah.
like, oh, sure, you can do. I don't know what the rules are. It's Florida too. Let's start by saying
Yes, Fort Lauderdale. So this was a story on WSVN.com by Jeff Lennox and Vanessa Medina. Um, yeah, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
right. So it's a little boy who's been in foster care since he
Mm-hmm.
was pretty much a week or two old with a
Mm-hmm.
family. The story, just to give back drop, is that the foster family initially did not say they were going to adopt him because they thought he would be reunited with his family.
Yes.
But I don't know when the mom passed. But I think the mom passed away, right?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I
okay.
can comment on that. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought I read because this wasn't I had read the story part of the story before,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I thought they said that the mom had passed away. I'm not sure, so
Mm-hmm.
don't quote me if that is the
Yeah.
case. Um, if that is the case, and this you have a family that's willing to adopt him, um, I'm not sure what's the disconnect. Sometimes people have rules, um,
Yeah.
but
And
legally he's a citizen. But for his parents being in Haiti and they're sending him to his parents, if he has parents that can take care of him, I'm not sure why, but it's to his grandmother,
yes.
right?
Yes, I guess we'll have to find the details and see, who in the Fort Lauderdale area can help this foster family. But it seems like they're just doing everything that they can. According to the story, they've spent around 50,000 in legal fees so far, trying to stop this proceeding. It doesn't look like it's hopeful, but at the end of the day, we can all um, we can all highlight this story, share it, and see what other ways that we can provide support to this family. No baby should be deported to Haiti right now. That's all I'm
Absolutely,
saying. Uh,
absolutely,
so, with that being said, I think we'll just go ahead and follow up on this story, see if we can get more details, as well as if you or someone may need immigration assistance, you need somebody to help you get on the balls with filing for CPS, even DACA. So whatever assistance you will have right now, you need right now, it's the year is ending, so get on it. Reach out to Attorney Camillion. Don't wait the last minute. CPS will expire February 2023, and we've said it so many times now. So if you can do it by yourself, go ahead and do that. But if you think you need assistance, reach out to Attorney Camillion at 847-410-9022. 847-410-9022, and her website is chameleonlaw.com. So that being said, Attorney Kamlin briefly mentioned how um, the voting season is upon us. So for those of us who are in Illinois and you want to be able to know exactly who's on the ballot with respect to your district, so does the Illinois voter guide, I'm sorry, is a resource for you to basically find information about the candidate, because we have to be informed about who we are voting for. So this is not to tell you who to vote for, but this is basically to help you educate yourself with respect to who would you like to vote for. So I'm assuming many states may have something like this, but because we are in Illinois, Attorney Camillion and I, then we are showing you the Illinois voter guide. And so you by going to this website, you are able to check your voter registration if you registered. I mean, if you're not registered, it's not the end of the world. You can register in person. These are some of the IDs that you will need to show proof of residency. However, get it ahead of time so you don't have to go through any hurdle. Uh, I doubt you'll have to go to any hurdle in Illinois, but you never know. So here you can register to vote. So here that's when you find your district. And then there's also an opportunity. I'm not sure if it's still available, but you never know. There is an opportunity to be a poll worker, meaning that on November 8th, even before, I will assume, you can be a paid, I guess, independent contractor helping at the poll. So as well as the election protection hotline. So if any issue were to arise during your voting the day of, or any issue you may have, you can reach out to the protection hotline and report it. So November 8th will soon be here. I believe that's next Monday, right? Yep. No, next Tuesday. Next.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Tuesday.
It's next Tuesday. So don't wait last minute. I'm planning on doing it tomorrow, but do not wait. Just get it over with. All right, all right. So that's my one, I guess, resource for you all today. Second thing, for those of us who are entrepreneurs, as the year is wrapping up, it's time for you to go ahead and plan the next year. And then really score. I've been mentioning them for the past 2 or 3 months now. They actually have a workshop next Wednesday, the ninth. Yep, next Wednesday the ninth. They have a workshop to help you figure out your business plan, your business goals, kind of evaluate where you are right now with respect to your business and what you want to be uh, next year. I will go ahead and add it on the comment, but it's chicago.score.org. And I'm sure even if you're not in Chicago, the website will have the replay. They have the webinars, they have the replay, you can play it. And most likely, the Small Business Administration may have something similar at different state as well. So get ready for 2023. It's gonna be here sooner than later. So last but not least, so Tony Camillian, let's talk about the student loan update. So it's in the Supreme Court now.
I think. Go ahead. Why don't you say the
No.
backstory? No, you say the backstory.
Yeah. So basically, there was a lawsuit. Let me pull it up real quick. There was a lawsuit that state these two individual, one of them is in the loan forgiveness program, which is due to expire, not due to expire, I mean like he's due to complete his loan forgiveness program in 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other gentleman also is due to pay off his student loan this year. But then now they're claiming that if the Biden administration loan forgiveness program was to be implemented, then it will cause them undue hardship because I believe in the Indiana, and I can double check that. I believe Indiana is a state that will tax the student loan forgiveness program on the state level, not the federal level, because the federal level Biden took care of that. But on the state level, they saying that they will tax it. And now that these two gentlemen are saying, well, then we will have to pay taxes on this forgiveness, even though we didn't ask for it. The Biden administration repeatedly said no one is forced to accept the student loan forgiveness. By all means, if you do not want to receive this relief from the Biden administration, feel free to opt out. And then so this is basically the defense that the Biden administration is providing with respect to the to that suit, to the law case. And now it's been, I guess, appealed to the Supreme Court. So now it's, let's see, what is your thought on that?
I mean, people were very divided about this situation. Why did we're not divided about the PPP loans that many of the multi-million and slash billion-dollar companies received and did not have to pay back? I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
they're very upset about about this loan um, forgiveness. So I think I felt like it could be a lawsuit. I think I've heard that over 22 million people have already signed up. I think that
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure one of those 22 million people oppose it. This is just me.
I I think that once um, there there was
So
and we talk about the lawsuit, I do think that if if there is any type of reprieve, meaning that if they're able to start paying out even some of the student loans, or start doing something. I think Biden kept saying there will be relief soon. I think they're going to give refunds to the people who paid during the pandemic. If you paid your student loans and maybe you were in repayment, I don't know what the criteria is, but they're going to give some refunds back.
mm-hmm.
Once they start giving it to people, and if they're able to give, find a loophole and start giving some relief to the student, like start forgiving loans, it's a train that's not going to be able to be stopped, right? It's like once the Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act, as it should
Exactly. Affordable Care
be,
Act.
once that started rolling, it's really going to be hard to stop it, right? And they've tried multiple times to stop it; they've been unsuccessful. I'm not saying in the future there won't be, but at this current time, so I think it's going to be really hard to stop the student loan forgiveness if they're able to get it off the ground and start forgiving loans, even if it gets stopped, right? It's going to like temporarily because of a lawsuit. Um, if they have the ability to, I don't think that they're going to be successful if the main argument is that, yes, I've seen the argument about the taxes and, maybe some undue, a law that causes an undue hardship upon the people is usually what they'll argue. But if there's an opportunity to opt out, we don't know yet because people haven't been under Biden's new rule. People haven't been forgiven yet. But if he gives like a 28-hour, 48-hour week or whatever, or some type of, I'm assuming there's going to be some type of grace period to opt out, or if you accidentally realize your loans are paid off within 30 days or 60 days, you can reverse things. There's going to be, I
I'm
believe,
sure.
there's
I mean,
going
I
to be,
will assume that that's gonna be maybe like an option to do that.
right.
And then so I guess the other, again, I believe Mohela, who is the company that assists with the federal loan program, and then so the concern, I think we spoke about that before. The concern is that for companies who really have a legal standing with regards to them being negatively impacted by the student loan forgiveness program, because obviously if a company services student loan and then they have a contract and they depended on kind of like receiving the interest rate and all the fees that they are charging, if they are charging to service those loans, and so that's income that they can potentially lose. And then so I believe there's also, if not already, there's a case with respect to servicing companies, which may have a little bit of more legal standing. But to just come and sue President Biden because you do not want your student loan to be paid. Let's stop it, please.
Right. Yeah,
Stop it.
it would be it would be interesting to see because you know we're in a free market, right? So there's demands, you make money, you anticipate, but there's no guarantee. So I'd have to see like what their argument is as far as like, you know, they're losing their revenue because this rule changed, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, it would be interesting. It would be
Yes.
interesting. There's gonna be many. There will be many lawsuits, but I think once the thing is, it hasn't been dispersed. Once it starts getting dispersed, yeah, it's a
I'm
wrap.
laughing. I'm laughing because this gentleman, I wish I remember his name or know his name so I could give him credit. He actually did a TikTok video regarding, portraying some of the people who are upset with regard to the student loan forgiveness program. And he's having this conversation with himself about, how President Biden should not be doing that, and
Mhm.
how people are upset about it. And then the application is here. They're like, you're gonna apply? Like, yep.
Right,
You're like,
exactly.
on it right now. It's like, and I'm pretty sure, uh, even though it's like comedy for him, I'm pretty sure that's happening. That's just
Right,
me.
right.
Okay. So it is 9:07. This has been live in conversation. Attorney Camilien and I feel like we've had a great conversation. So Attorney Camilien reminded us that as the um, voting is near, it's important that we keep up with the news with respect to
Yeah.
immigration. And then so don't just stay on in the know. That's all of she's saying. She said in the immigration segment, she said stay in the know, so we can know what's happening, especially you never know, maybe new laws, new senators. You never know what's going to happen with immigration, so stay in the know. So that also means that get into applying for whatever, I guess, immigration program that you qualify for. Don't delay, get to it, because there's a delay. We also talked about, unfortunately, a case of a Haitian, I don't want to say Asian American. We can say Asian American, but American citizen, a baby who supposedly will be deported to Haiti, and then so that's happening in Fort Lauderdale. And then so if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, and please get in the news, um, find out about this information and
Yeah.
see who you can potentially reach out to, your senators, who
Mhm.
you can potentially reach out to advocate on behalf of this family and to
Right.
advocate on behalf of this baby. So we also reminded you that November 8th is around the corner. So go out and vote, vote, vote. And if you are in Illinois, the Illinois Voters Guide can help direct you with respect to the various candidates. We are not telling you who to vote for, but to go out and vote. And last but not least, student loans program soon will be available to all of us once it passes the hurdle in the Supreme Court. And let's wait and see. Anything you want to wrap up with, Attorney Chameleon?
No, I think you summed it up.
All right, all right. And if you or someone you know is in need of an immigration attorney, you can reach out to Attorney Chameleon at 847-410-9022, 847-410-9022. She's here every Wednesday, keeping us informed, let us know what's happening, educating us. And so if you feel like you're not at the expert level yet and you need a little bit of assistance, reach out. That's it for today. See you all next Wednesday and live and conversation. Bye for now.